Okay, peace, peace, peace. And I know I'm talking to nobody right now. Um, so our live stream just decided to take a mind of its own and just totally shut down, unannounced, no prep, no warning, no nothing. So I just fired up another live real quick because I didn't want to end like that. So I just named this part two real fast. Just to you know see what the conversations were, because I know there was some people in the chat may have had some questions and everything. Actually, let me change my screen here. So anyway, welcome back. This is going to be part two, a very short part two of our Kemet and Chill for Wednesday, March 7th, March 16th, Wednesday night. Um, yeah, so just gonna go in the archive as a part two. Part one, it just shut down. So so hopefully y'all can hear me right now. Somebody in the chat, y'all let me know. Let me turn this chat on so I can see the chat. So let's just take some questions. Y'all got any questions, comments, real quick? Whatever I missed, I missed. So I apologize for that. The If you had questions in the chat I was gonna get to it, I had to restart, so I don't see the chat anymore. It's a fresh chat. So if you had a question, now's the time to type it up in there. All right.
Um, yeah, there was it wasn't actually a question. It was actually from Hassan. It was when I was talking about a goalpost being moved, but I think he misunderstood what I was saying. It was I wasn't saying that now we are talking about it doesn't really matter if it's black or white or whatever is meaningless and whatnot. What I was saying was that goalpost moving, I was actually talking to in regards to the past consensus about ancient Egyptians being white, where now is they're more olive skin. So it's always like an adjustment as that pushback comes in place. So that wasn't anything to do with what we said in the past, but academia's consensus in the past. And also the other thing was that the main point we're trying to make is um, that the only way we're going to progress you know um, the studies and anything in this particular field of study is if you're not happy with the lies, like you said, like all that stuff with the DNA, the mummies, and things being shut down for national security purposes in Egypt or whatever it is. The only thing you can do is actually further your studies in this field, because we're not going to move any needle by just discussing over on YouTube. Nothing is going to change through that. So obviously there are more people like us that are needed in this field, whether you're doing archaeology, whether whatever field that you're in. That's what is needed. So obviously that's what we're talking about. Like, we have to get serious in that sense, other than just talking and disagreeing and pulling up this expert says this and that expert says that. At the end of the day, we have to be on the forefront, and that takes people who are actually serious, as opposed to people who just want to chit chat on YouTube.
All right. All right. So again, I apologize for the abrupt ending of the last show. I definitely didn't do that on purpose. Don't know what happened, but we fired it right back up, and just want to, I'm just gonna go through the residual chat questions, comments, and then have a proper shutdown. Um, let's just see. So that was, you were addressing that comment right there, Emiket.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Then he also said, "Show how come my sister you are saying that the goalposts have." Okay, so you addressed all of that. All right. Um, six fingers. Six fingers said Lower Egypt is in the north and contains the Nile Delta, while Upper Egypt contains the areas in the south. Yep, we already covered that. Um, yeah, those are topographical terms, all related to altitude, upper and lower. That's it. Nothing more, nothing deep about it. Just upper meaning higher altitude, lower meaning low altitude, sea level. Ancient Egypt is in modern Sudan, though. Okay. He said Lake Victoria. Yep. I say boom. I'm just going down the chat, y'all. So and y'all let me know if you want to. Well, I don't want to stay on too long, so I'm not gonna give the panel link out now. Y'all done lost y'all time, you all's opportunity. Boom says even if the ancient Egyptians were black, they wouldn't know you if you're not a part of their culture. They'll probably try and take everything you have. That was the name of their game.
Yep, 100% correct. I mean, that's what it is to date. I mean, there's no way you go on a continent where you be like, we are black, so we all get along. Like, yeah, it is what it is. That's culture is king.
Let me put it to you all very plain and simple. If you looked identical to an ancient Egyptian, they would still discriminate against you or distinguish you from them if you didn't speak their language. You can look just like them. You could be somebody's twin. And if you didn't speak the language that they spoke, you would not be considered one of them. They didn't discriminate or distinguish based on skin color. That is a trap, and we need to throw it in the garbage can. What else? Now I understand how the Nile flows from north to south. This is now I understand north to south. Nope, it flows from south to north. Let's see. I'm just going down the list, y'all. Bantu expansion, 3,000 years. I could push pygmies all over. I'm curious, James. What did you think before? Okay, but James not here to answer that. Yahuru drums, peace. I was wondering, did I hear that right? Okay. Let's see. Vernon King says, "Isn't there papyrus where they claim to come from Punt?" Nope. If you mean the Egyptians, the answer is no. Assam Ka, peace. He says, "Oh, the inundation." I'm just going down the list. New University TV says Kush is Ethiopia. As far as today, when people talk about Kush, they usually say Ethiopian Kushites. When you hear people talk about it, they say Ethiopian Kushites, Ethiopian Kushites, Nubian, Ethiopian Kushites. Because when you say Nubia, you say Ethiopia, you say Kush, you're talking about that same general area. But Kush wasn't the Greek Ethiopia. Remember, Ethiopia is pushed and promoted and becomes a term of use by way of the Greeks. People gotta understand that. And their idea of Ethiopia was everything south of Egypt. There was no country Ethiopia and all of that stuff. I'm just going down the list, to see. Yes, because of Atlas. Okay, he was talking about the terrain. Okay. Peace and love, peace, Brother Masters. Okay, here's Brother Masters. A question. He says, "What was considered a year in ancient times? For us today, is 12 months. What was it for them back then?" Great question. A year was from the heliacal rising of Sopdet to the next heliacal rising of Sopdet, and the year was called. But your question is interesting, and the word year in Egyptian in Rani Kemet is Renet Pet or Ren Pet, depending on who you talk to, how do you pronounce it. And that was a year in terms of duration. Then you have another word for year, and the word is Hatsep, which is a word for year in terms of numerical value. So the difference is, if I want to say that I am 20 years old, I would use the word renpet or renepet to show a duration of years. But if I want to say something happened in the 10th year of my life, I would use the word hatsep, year 10. Hatsep 10. Okay. So if we say Hatsep Medew, it'll be year 10. But to answer your question, I already answered. From a year is considered the passage of 3 seasons of 12 lunar cycles that we call months. So it was 12 months to them, but it was 3 seasons, and that constituted a year because 3 seasons occurred and 12 lunar cycles occurred from the heliacal rising of Sapdet to the next heliacal rising of Sapdet. And that marked the opening of the year they called Wep Renepet. Wep meaning open, and Renepet meaning the year, the opening of the year. They translate it as New Year. All right, so hopefully you got that. Any more questions? I look like I'm at the end now. All right. Let me showcase. I want everybody to support Brother Smash Rockwell's music. And let me just see. I want y'all to support because I got my favorite song. I'm going to show y'all my favorite song on here. And make sure y'all support. Tell him Brother Wujahu sent you. Tell him that Brother Wujahu sent you. All right, I want y'all to, if I let me switch this. This was the conversation. So anyway, so if y'all just tuned in, hopefully you tuned in from the previous conversation. I don't know what happened, but our live stream just ended abruptly. And so I just fired this up just to have a proper ending. I was gonna, wind it down and end anyway. So I'm just doing this as a part 2. I named it part 2. Just to really just shut it down, see if anybody had any questions that we missed out, or anything like that. But I'm gonna play this for y'all if y'all haven't heard it yet. This is my favorite song on I think it's my favorite out of Smash's the whole discography. I don't know yet, but go support. All right, but check this out right here, right now.
Man, it's looking ugly right about now. I mean, if you look around, America falling apart, Earth fighting back, all these natural events, you know what I'm talking about? It's time for a mass awakening, spiritual enlightenment. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm just trying to live my life, make it through these desperate times. Am I the only one who's wondering?
No, I'm not.
Wondering, where do I go? Where do I go?
Divine speaker, rhyme teacher, 9 ether, timekeeper, bear witness for the blind creature, mind reader, not college, God knowledge. It pop up like E. coli and Oddwallers. Now who can see me? I raise my Kundalini, yeah, EOG, lowercase G-O-D, the snake charmer, great karma, tear through the fake armor. They gonna hate on ya. Well, I'm just trying to live it out. If it's money, I get it, but when I get it, I give it out. The original, stern individual, burning residuals, learning life. If you listen a little, you will learn a lot. You see, I oil in my Glock in the boiling pot. Many men dream dreams that are spoiled and rotten and betray you, loyal or not, royal thought.
I'm just trying to live my life, make it through these desperate times. Am I the only one who's wondering?
Nah, you ain't the only.
Where do I go?
No, it ain't no place to go. We ain't going nowhere.
Where do I go? I'm just trying
We gonna make it through this one, you know what I'm talking about?
but it gets hard sometimes. Am I the only one who's wondering?
It's nothing.
Wondering.
Now we gotta find the power in you. You gotta find the power in you. I sat at my workbench, carving this marvelous sculpture for culture vultures. Ether utopia back in Ethiopia. What you wanna do? What you wanna know? See the power of the fire and wind, they come and go. But the earth and the water are the H2O, they remain sustained. As I traverse the burst, collect money and disperse the purse. The worst first, and the best for last. Y'all can eat now, but the rest for cash. And Ray beats stay heat. I'm just trying to tread water in 8 feet. But every time I look down, I think it ain't deep. If you're wondering, my third open, I ain't sleep. Town rockin' the brow chakra, headed to the crown chakra.
I'm just trying to live my life, make it through these desperate times. Am I the only one who's wondering,
we gon' be right here.
I'm just trying to live my life, but it gets hard sometimes. Am I the only one who's wondering,
That's real, I hope y'all ready, man. It's the original about to wake up, man. Mass awakening, spiritual enlightenment, man. I hope you know. It's the end of the 5th son of materialism, man. Ready for the 6th son of flowering, you know what I mean? Enlightenment, you know what I mean? Everybody gonna feel that light, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm just trying to live my life, make it through these desperate times. Am I the only one who's wondering, I'm just trying to live my life, make it through these desperate times. Am I the only one who's wondering,
All right. So that was Smash Rockwell, aka Casual, aka the Magi Archer, aka Jonathan Owens of the group Hieroglyphics. And I believe right now that's probably my favorite song in this whole discography. But make sure y'all support and get the tracks, get the albums. Emmy Cat put the link in the chat. All right, so make sure y'all support that. Definitely, you can see the lyrics and everything. That was hot. I like that. I like that track. Yep. So anyway, so as I was saying before, I appreciate anybody tuned in. We're gonna shut it down. We had an abrupt shutdown of the last show, so this is just really to come back on to properly shut this down. Like Mika said, this will give the Wujao long goodbye. But anyway, y'all check out the previous video because that's the meat and potatoes of the Kemet and Chill. So we're gonna keep doing this Kemet and Chill, open discussions, Q&A, where you all drive the conversation. We're in the passenger seat. I call shotgun. I'm in the passenger seat. Emmy Cat, she says she'll ride in the back seat. Like, you know, y'all be the Uber driver. Y'all drive the conversation around. We'll go wherever you want to go. You know, as long as it's remotely related to Kemet. You know, we just not gonna talk about anything. But make sure you do that. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say I appreciate everybody, and we'll see you all probably tomorrow. So I'm gonna say Shemim Hotep. All right, and we are out.
To say that when you go to chemist school, you became more alert. You made wake up, your spirit wake up, and you became a more human being. That's your character is built in a school. when you study what we call classical studies, we must know Netcher. You see, maybe in the future we need to know some heretic too. We need to know Netcher. So the most achievement in Kemet for me is education. The way they think, they build, and they practice their education is very unique in history. Without education, I believe there will be no Kemet.